Law number 17. Keep others in suspense. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creators of habit with an insatiable need to see familiarity and other people's action. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. What the hardest word today using law 17. Taken to an extreme. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. Nothing is more terrifying than the sudden and unpredictable. That's why we are so frightened by earthquakes and tornadoes. We do not know when they will strike. After one has occurred, we wait in terror for the next one. To a lesser degree, this is the effect that unpredictable human behavior has on us. Animals behave in set patterns, which is why we are able to hunt and kill them. Only man has the capacity consciously to alter his behavior, to improve and overcome the weight of the routine and habit. Yet most men do not realize this power. They prefer the comforts of routine, of giving in to the animal nature that has them repeating the same compulsive actions time and time again. They do this because it requires no effort, and because they mistakenly believe that if they do not unsettle others, they will be left alone. Understand, a person of power instills a kind of fear by deliberately unsettling those around him to keep the initiative on his side. You sometimes need to strike without warning, to make others tremble when they least expect it. It's a device that the powerful have used for centuries. Filippo Maria, the last of the Visconti dukes of Milan in 15th century Italy, consciously did the opposite of what everyone expected of him. For instance, he might suddenly shower a courtier with attention, and then, once the man had come to expect a promotion to higher office, would suddenly start treating him with the utmost disdain. Confused, the man might leave the court when the duke would suddenly recall him and start treating him well again. Doubly confused, the courtier would wonder whether his assumption that he would be promoted had become obvious and offensive to the duke, and would start to behave as if he no longer expected such honor. The duke would rebuke him for his lack of ambition and would send him away. The secret of dealing with Filippo was the simple: do not press him to know what he wants. Do not try to guess what will please him. Never inject your will. Just surrender to his will. Then wait to see what happens amidst the confusion and uncertainty they created. Never inject your will. Just surrender to his will. Then wait to see what happens amidst the confusion of the uncertainty he created. The Duke ruled supreme and challenged and at the peace. People are always trying to read the motives behind your action and to use your predictability against you. Throw in the completely inexplicably move and you put them on the defensive. For a while, Pablo Picasso worked with the art dealer Paul Rosenberg. Then one day, for no apparent reason. He told the man he would no longer give him any work to sell. As Picasso explained, Rosenberg would spend the next 48 hours trying to figure out why. Was I reserving things for some other dealer? I would go on working and sleeping, and Rosenberg would spend his time figuring. In 2 days, he would come back, nervous, jangled, anxious, saying, "After all, dear friend, you wouldn't turn me down if I offered you this much for those paintings rather than the price I have been accused to paying you, would you?" Unpredictability is not only a weapon of terror. Scrambling your patterns on a day-to-day basis will cause a stir around you and stimulate interest. People will talk about you, ascribe motives and explanations that have nothing to do with the truth, but that keep you constantly in their minds. In the end, the more capricious you appear, the more respected you will garner. Only the eternally subordinate act in a predictable manner. A wind that cannot be foreseen, sudden shifts in the barometer, inexplicably changes in direction and velocity. There is no defense. A cycle solves terror and confusion. The enlightened ruler is so mysterious that he seems to dwell nowhere, so inexplicably that no one can seek him. He responds non-action above, and his mysteries tremble below.